Welcome to COSAC Connect number 2. My name is David Lynas, founder and chair of COSAC. And wherever you are in the world, whether you're a long-standing member of the COSAC community or you're joining us for the very first time, I warmly welcome you to our event, broadcasting from our studio at COSAC's fabulous home venue, Killashee Hotel in County Kildare. Just as with in-person COSAC, to get us underway, I will take this opportunity to introduce you to the COSAC Connect agenda, briefly describe the COSAC experience, set some expectations, and express what makes COSAC such a unique event. As we know, many of us are suffering from virtual delivery or Zoom fatigue. So we will also highlight how we plan to transfer the unique COSAC ethos to refresh the virtual environment. Our varied and exciting program today starts with Leslie Kipling. Les is a relatively new addition to the COSAC family, her first COSAC being in 2019, but it was immediately apparent that she understood exactly what makes the perfect COSAC session and that she was here to stay. Les will be presenting on artificial intelligence and machine learning in security, a subject in which she's been a thought leader for 16 years. Second up is some fella named David Lynas. It's relatively unusual for me to present at my own conference, but Connect gives me the opportunity to apply SABSA architectural methods to what I believe is the most critical subject we face today: adaptability and resilience to inevitable change. We will take a short break, and afterwards I will introduce Helvi Salminen. Helvi's been a member of the COSAC family for more years than either she or I might care to remember. She's the founder of the Finnish Information Security Association. She's a past Finnish CISO of the Year. And Helvi's often compelling messages are always beautifully wrapped in her gentle delivery style. Today, she'll be presenting on the intriguing subject of imposter syndrome. COSAC Connect 2 will wrap up with Glenn Bruce. Glenn is a director of Deloitte and, like Helvi before him, has been part of the COSAC group for a very long time. Greatly respected for his security work across Canada and beyond, Glenn will be lifting the lid on maturity assessments and delving into the reality within. In true COSAC style, there are some things that just need to be said. This event, COSAC Connect, is a taster event, a mini version of COSAC that enables new members of the COSAC community to experience the style and culture of the real thing. And although regulars will have heard it all before, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce COSAC ethos to our new members. In just a few weeks' time, COSAC 2021 will, for the first and we hope only time, be hosted virtually. We've expanded the agenda to contain more than 60 sessions, facilitators from 17 countries, and an entire day of sessions specially designed to convey the unique COSAC approach to conferencing. We have a specially adapted masterclass, a deep dive into diversity. We've specially adapted our annual management roundtable, facilitated by COSAC's master facilitator, the brilliant John O'Leary. We've also adapted the traditional close to the COSAC conferencing, the rump session, a conference in an hour with 10 rapid-fire sessions. How did COSAC start? We have some rules, some conventions. And I wonder if, like me, you ever paid real money to attend a conference and afterwards found yourself thinking, well, yes, there were some moments when I was impressed by a speaker. Yes, I did find a few takeaways and golden nuggets, but most of the time, I found myself searching through the style over substance program, trying to find the value. Or worse, feeling that I had paid for the privilege of attending a sales pitch. Almost nothing seemed designed to serve someone who'd been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. The advanced material I needed to take me to the next level of my career was largely absent. And the core activity of the event seemed to be sitting and listening, not the primary characteristics a conference should have, the ability to confer. So in 1993, I set out to build a conference the way I thought a conference should be. And here, 32 events and 29 years later, we aim to present a virtual conference the way a conference should be. Rule number 1 of COSAC, Sales content is strictly prohibited. That rule applies equally to COSAC Connect in presentations, in Q&A sessions, and in the chat window. Our fantastic presenters here at COSAC Connect 2 are all experienced COSAC participants. They know the rules and they wouldn't dream of breaking them. So I can guarantee you that over the course of the next few hours, no presenter will subject you to a sales pitch. Their aim is to deliver real value. Don't expect that value to come from traditional conference lectures on basics. Today's circumstances have taught us in no uncertain terms that there will always be another new normal. Our success and the success of our organizations will surely be defined not by following yesterday's standards or best practice, but by the ability to adapt to new circumstances and to innovate approaches that deal with tomorrow's problems. The ideal COSAC session will balance original, leading-edge content with real-world pragmatism. It will challenge you to find a new way to think and a new way to do. At COSAC, we deliberately set out to take it to the next level, to challenge each other, to start where other conferences stop, and that remains an objective even in this shortened virtual format. Almost by definition, our desire to take it to the next level, to define the future, involves challenging the norm, pushing boundaries until they're proven or surrender. COSAC is the place where our profession says what needs to be said, even if others fear to say it out loud. More importantly, COSAC gives us the opportunity to listen to what needs to be heard, no matter how challenging the subject might be. The COSAC way is to both speak and listen with mutual respect, even when we disagree. COSAC has a truly global participation, and while we will lose some of our traditional intimacy here at COSAC Connect, we've continued that trend with delegates from all over the world. The diversity of culture brings a rich tapestry of opinions and approach from which we can all learn. No hold is barred, but no one should suffer in the process. So please use our interactive facilities with respect for others and their opinions at all times, just as you would if you were here physically at Killashee. COSAC participants should not expect to be an anonymous face in an anonymous sea of faces listening to lectures. We believe that every participant has an experience worth sharing and an idea worth developing. At COSAC, healthy debate often runs for many hours after the official end of sessions, through receptions, fine dining experiences, and network events each evening. Of course, for COSAC Connect, we can't serve you 7-course banquets online, but we are presenting a number of mechanisms to encourage interaction and debate. We expect that the final 30%, 15 to 20 minutes of session time, will be available for interaction. The first channel for interaction is the chat window, which appears on the right-hand side of your screen. Chats can be entered at any time during the event by typing into the chat box labeled "Say Something Nice," as shown here by the yellow circle. The chat window will be reset between sessions. During the presentations, you will see participant polls appear in the polls area of your browser window. Every participant can vote once in every poll. The polls may be referred to by the presenter in the course of a presentation, or the results integrated into the interaction time at the end of the session. You may ask a question or raise a point for discussion by typing into the Ask a Question button at any time during the session. Within that question and answers window, you will see a voting button as highlighted here. You can upvote or downvote questions or points for discussion at any time during a presentation, and questions will be dealt with as time allows in the order dictated by participant votes. We strongly encourage you to vote for those questions. That gives you control of the discussion and the agenda. At real COSAC, we would pass the microphone to you to make your point. The Connect equivalent is that the questioner will be invited onto our virtual stage to ask their question live. If your question or point for discussion is near the top of the list, please ensure that your camera and microphone are operational, and you can test this very quickly at crowdcast.io/setup. If you prefer not to come on stage, but have your question read out loud on your behalf, please state "no stage" when typing your question. On completion of a session, you will see a notice that says "Speaker Getting Ready," and that will be displayed for a few moments before the next session starts. Now, COSAC wouldn't be COSAC without networking opportunities. So after sessions today, we invite you to the COSAC Virtual Lounge. That will be accessible for about 60 to 90 minutes after the event, and instructions for accessing that will be posted regularly in the chat window. It's also in your COSAC Connect registration email. When you enter the lounge, you will see a floor plan that looks like this. Simply select the seat of your choice, click on it, and sit down. You can choose to meet up with old friends or to have a conversation with presenters or people you've never met, as you choose. After the event, we will of course send you a link to a feedback form that will be delivered by email, and we do very much appreciate all feedback, both positive and negative. That helps us improve. One difference at COSAC Connect that is quite important. At normal COSAC, we run under NDA or Chatham House and have a strict no publication policy. Materials are never published outside the event. But for COSAC Connect, we will publish the materials. They will be available on demand through the COSAC website, cosac.net. So please monitor our social media channels and website for updates. Please do remember to take a look at the full COSAC 2021 program. And in the meantime, all that remains is for me to welcome you again to COSAC Connect number 2. Your first presenter will be with you very shortly. I hope you have an interesting and valuable COSAC day. Thank you.